Hockey Radio, Blackhawks post game. Hawks lose 2-1 to the Winnipeg Jets in overtime. Justin, that was a tough one, man. That was a tough loss. I don't know. 2 goals from Mark Scheifele, obviously the overtime winner, the late one. What do you want to say right off the rip here before we get into it?
Fuck me. God damn it. Well, we deserved that win, man. I mean, really, we did. I mean, I thought it was really hard fought. I mean, it's one of those losses that's just heartbreaking, man. We get a point out of it. It's not the end of the world. I mean, for 59 minutes, I think we were a better team tonight, but unfortunately sold with about a minute left and just a lousy overtime. It reminded me a lot of the Kings game last year at the end of the year. I don't know if you remember that one. It's like that's a game we should have won. Threw it away late. They tied it late, and then they scored like 2 seconds in overtime. That's pretty much exactly what happened tonight. So it's unfortunate. Definitely one. I feel like we should have came away with 2 points, but you gotta give credit to Soderblom. I had no expectations for this game. I'm like, I don't know, man. It's like Arvid starting net, you automatically assume it's a loss, but he was fantastic tonight. You can't put this loss on him, not even close. So he played great today. You gotta give him a lot of credit. I don't know how much longer he's gonna be up here because Brossois is gonna be back from injury soon. He's probably gonna get sent down, so it's probably better for him anyway. But yeah, I mean, for one game, he looked great today. Much better than any game last season, pretty much. So no, it's a tough one for sure. And but yeah, we got another game tomorrow against Edmonton. We'll see how that goes. Maybe we can exceed expectations again. But second effort back to back against a hungry Oilers team. Yeah, it's probably going to be starting off 0-3 here, or 0-2-1, I should say, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, the Hawks pick up the point. It was a good effort from Soderblom. I thought it was really good. We've been dogging him a lot.
Yeah.
Pretty nervous about how he was going to play. I thought he was excellent. Was soaking up a lot of pucks. Um, Darren Pang talked in the broadcast about how he last year he was over technical to a fault of like almost getting in his own way and like not being the
Mhm.
talented goalie that brought him to where he's at, right? And he just looked way calmer in the net, and they looked way more confident playing in front of him. But yeah, I thought it was a good effort by the team, and they got the point too. So yeah,
Yeah, that's a good
I don't
thing.
know.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
did.
It was a good game. It was a really sleepy first period again. Really
Yeah.
sleepy first period again.
Yeah, but the Hawks like
Yeah, nothing. No,
they weren't lousy in that first period though. It's like I don't know, like they were
no, no.
it was much better structure. They actually had some chances late. It was definitely a much better start for them. They actually started this game on time, which they did against Utah. So that's the positive. But I think Soderblom to expand on that point, he just seemed to simplify his game tonight. I think I agree with you. It seemed like at times just tried to overcomplicate things, tried to be too technical. It's like I think Pang said this, like sometimes you just gotta like doesn't always work as a goaltender, right? Sometimes just about your fight and your heart. I think he showed a lot of that today. He's very calm and composed in that crease. So no, you love to see that. Hopefully he carries more of that into Rockford this season with Comesso. That could be a pretty solid tandem down there for a hopefully Calder-esque Ice Hawk season. So yeah.
I thought I thought Bedard was really good. Like from the start of the game,
Yeah.
last game it was,
Yeah.
I was critical maybe about the start a little bit, but the start was really good for me
Did you see
today
that
with him.
behind the back no look pass he had? That was pretty sick.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was sick.
He also
He
got
was on one
crushed by
too.
Neil Pionk, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, he did get crushed by Neil Pionk. That was a big hit. He almost got him. It was almost even worse, but he still got him pretty good. Um,
Yeah, when I saw Bedard skate up the middle of the ice again on a fence like that, I was getting Vietnam flashbacks to Brendan Smith last year. But thankfully, he had a good fall and it was fine. So, but yeah, no, he tried to do a little too much there, which that's one of his only faults. Sometimes it's like sometimes a simple plays what you need to do, but he's creative. You love to see him try that stuff. But no, a pretty good game. No points for him today, but honestly, I think he kind of had a better game today. Really, I mean, the Utah game, I thought the first half of the game was kind of not his best, but second half he came on strong. But I don't know. I think today was
yeah,
more of a complete effort, even though we had nothing to show for on the score sheet. It doesn't always tell the whole story, right? So, I think that line could have been better, though. I don't know. It's like as much as I love Nick Foligno, like should he really be playing top line minutes in 2024? Like I said this in the pod today. It's like I would throw Kershaw up there, present a nuclear option. Kershaw, Tabo, Bedsy, why not? Yeah, you have to change the 2C round. Who cares? Like I would front load that first line and just give Bedsy the best options available. Like, that's what I would do. Um,
I think their big thing is really trying to have two lines at least that they feel are worthy of playing against NHL competition. Really,
I get it. I get it. I don't know. I just I think that connection's too strong to break up. I mean, I'd rather have Bertuzzi up there than Nick Foligno. That's another thing. If it's not going to be Kurashev, but
He put Bedard up with Hall and Bertuzzi for a shift in
he
this
did.
late.
Yeah, I did see that late. Yeah, Richardson made some more adjustments today. And I will say a better lineup today. I still don't love some of the decisions, but I will say, I mean, I Pat Maroon actually had a pretty good game today. I would have been dogging him a lot to start the season, but he was actually pretty solid. He had a nice play in that first goal and kind of set up Donato. I mean, that's probably one Hellbuck should have had, but you know what? You'll take it. I thought he had a pretty solid game. He did have a penalty early, but he also drew one late, kind of making up for that. I thought he just brought some good, like, kind of grit to this game. So credit where it's due there. He kind of I'm not going to say Richardson proved me wrong. I still would have had Reichel in this lineup, but hindsight's 2020. But I think Reichel should be in lap tomorrow. Like if you're going to scratch Reichel 3 consecutive games to start the season, then that's not how you develop a player. So he should be in lap tomorrow. I hope. I think seeing the speed of Athanasiou in the lineup was a big key today. Like he had a good game today. Andreas, he should have had a goal on that breakaway, which Maroon set him up nicely on a backhand feed. I thought he had a really strong game. Get Reichel in that lineup too. Get those two together, and you can cook something against Edmonton. So, but that's why I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the different moves and like trying to mix in guys differently and see who's going in a period, see who's not going in a period, and try and get string some good shifts together. I like the idea there with a lot of that stuff, but it's it is really touch and go. And I know I said on the show today, I think that to me sometimes like I look at the Hawks and they feel like just a random thrown together kind of
Yeah,
group.
it does feel
And
like that. Yeah.
it didn't look as much like that today, though.
No, it was more
It
structured.
definitely
It looked
didn't.
like they played like a team tonight, which, yeah, against Utah, it wasn't really until the second half we saw that. But this game, I feel like, I won't say 60 minutes, I'll say 59 minutes. Yeah, they looked like the way we know they could look this year. So, no, it was pretty positive. I mean, I know the result isn't what we wanted once again, but I think there's even more positive to take away from this game versus Tuesday. So we can carry that over to tomorrow. So, yeah, no, I think a lot of good things to take away. And yeah, we move.
I thought Pat Maroon was good. You talked about him like the play on the Donato goal, but like and I've been dogging Donato too. I this is the
Yeah,
this is the post game show where we atone for all the players that we've been dogging early
yeah.
on. But
Yeah.
I've been like kind of questioning Ryan Donato's role on the team, and he buries one there, and that's a good chance to really be able to show that you can score and that you can bring something to this team on a nightly basis when some people may question your role in the lineup. Be like, hey, I'm going to be the guy that buries a few here.
I will say I,
Um,
I really like that Mikheyev Dickinson Anderson line. I thought that line was great with forechecking all night. We were all night that was something we were really good at. We were really good at hemming the Jets in their zone, and we had some really good shifts of like possession and stuff. Unfortunately, not when Bedsy was on the ice. That line, if we could actually get puck possession when Bedard's on the ice, like we'd never lose, man. But that's something we still struggle with. But I mean, when we do get good players around and watch out. But no, I thought that line was really strong in the forecheck, as was the Maroon Athanasiou Donato line. I have questions of how that line would look like today, but that was actually a pretty decent line. I will give credit where it's due. So Richardson, yeah, I mean, there are some moves I question, and I actually thought they worked out pretty decent today, but I still think we could do a bit better with those top two lines. I don't know, I think there's some better combinations you could throw out there, but we'll see. We'll hopefully make some changes for tomorrow. But I also think that.
McKay McCabe still has stone hands, so he
Yeah,
still
he
can't.
does. Yeah, Bedsy so had give him a good look there in the first, but I think the defenseman was in front of him, so you can't really blame him for that. But he haven't opened yet. But and there are a few other chances in this game where like he got some looks, but he just put it right in the chest of the crest and the goalie. It's like, man, that's not going to do
He is
anything.
one
But
of the few guys though that'll like drive it to the net though. Like if he'll like his instinct is like, oh, I'm going to take it to the hoop here,
yeah,
you
no,
know,
for sure. He
which
does
is
have,
good. This is
yeah.
no touch.
He does have crazy speed, man. Like if he could finish, if he had more hands, like oh yeah, he'd be a special player. You can see why the Hawks want him because I think it could be a good fit on this team. Like especially the forechecking his speed, like that's exactly like that's the Davidson mold of a player. He could definitely be our Sam Lafferty this season. Like I think that's probably what Davidson's envisioning there. But yeah, no, I think pretty solid game. Though he had nothing to show for it, per usual. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. What else? Yeah, I mean the Hawks were good to close out the second too. Like they really carried the stretch of play there and took it to Winnipeg, not just the goal, but like the play before and the play after it too.
And it wasn't just like Soderblom was great, but like another reason Hawks should have won this game is Hellebuck was great. Like, but I mean, he had one flub like that Donato goal he probably should have had, but we had so much chances that we could have easily. This could have been a 3-0 game, like or 3-1 game. Like, Hellebuck definitely robbed us a few times there. I remember like Bedsy had a nice shot. He just robbed him with the glove, and Yeah, no, he had a good game. I will say, I think the second power play unit looked a lot better today. The power play in general, the first unit didn't really do anything, so that kind of got worse. But the second unit actually looked solid today, so the adjustments Richardson made definitely worked there. I mean, it was hard to do worse than the
Well,
unit that he threw out there on Tuesday, but I thought this unit looked a lot better. I think Maroon in that front spot, I mean, that's where he should be. So, like, if you're good at having the power play, have him down low, not carrying the damn puck in the zone, you know. So, but I thought that
they
was
were
better.
listening to us. They
Hall
were
and Ker
listening to us. They went to two
yeah.
defensemen on the second unit.
And Hall and Kershaw, like those two, you could see they got some chemistry building. So I can
Yeah.
understand keeping them together for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but they had Vlasic and Martinez out there. It was two defensemen.
And Vlasic, he got some looks today, man. Like I said it before, like I want to see him expand on his offensive game this year. And I feel like we're starting to see like he had a couple shots today. He was kind of down low in the offensive zone a few times. Didn't really see that a lot last year. He was so like defensive. You hardly saw him get involved in the offensive play. And I think that guy, with his speed, like he can definitely hit. There's an untapped side of his game there. He could be a good two-way defender in this league. There's no question. Yeah.
Martinez was good too. Like I thought he made some good, just
Yep.
smart veteran reads,
He was
and
definitely the better of the veteran D. I think Brody was still kind of meh, but Martinez he showed up today. Yeah. He got some looks too, for
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
just a smart player when you've been doing it for so
Mhm.
long and you've won
Three-time
three
Stanley
Stanley
Cup
Cups.
champion. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like you've been there, done that. You know this stuff. You know this league, and yeah, no, he's done this positioning and like got some good shots. So good game from him for sure. I thought the defense in general was so much better. Not just the defense, like the defense of the whole team. I thought like the defensive
yeah.
structure is really solid today. I know the Jets had a lot of shots on goal, but I feel like most of them like weren't that high quality chances until the end. I mean, when they pulled the goal, it was like a ping pong match down there. I could feel it. I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna hold on to this. I mean, for 2 minutes, and they were just keeping the puck in the zone. Puck could have got out a few times. We could have had an empty netter. I think McKay had an opportunity to maybe outskate in the end there, but unfortunately wasn't able to do that. But yeah, when the puck was hemmed in our zone for a minute left, I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to hang on, and we weren't. Shifley got one late, and then overtime happened. I'm not really sure exactly. I need to watch that again to see exactly what transpired. But I think when you lose possession overtime, like and this get guys like that at the puck, it's tough. You put yourself in a tough spot. I feel like Tavo had a he probably didn't have to shoot on that one look he had. It was kind of weak shot. I think if you don't want to give up puck possession easily in overtime, right? Like you got to take the best chances, but like if it's not the best chance, don't take it, right? Don't give them the puck. So I don't know. I think he could have held on to it there, maybe look for a better chance for Bedard out there. But easy for me to say. I'd have to look it over again. But it happened so fast. It's like, well, shit, there it is. I don't know.
They it's tough because the overtime goal 3-on-3 is such a crapshoot, right? Like it's like whoever kind of has the right odd man rush at the right time, and buries their looks, right?
Yeah.
Is who walks away victorious in 3-on-3. For me, the one that like hurts is the tying goal, right? Like,
Mhm.
just losing a battle, somebody misses their man in front, and it's Shifley, and he's right there, and all he's got to do is like get a quick backhander on it, and it's enough to fool the goalie. And I just, and it's not Soderblom's fault on that one either. It's
No,
just
I don't blame him. No.
it's just a missed man, and it ends up in the back of your net, and it's so tough when you did play such a good commitment to team defense for 59 minutes, and then that one goes in. That I don't know, man. That was tough. That was a tough one.
Last year, me, no matter how well Soderblom played for this whole game, would have still blamed him because I'd look for any opportunity to dog in that guy last year. But I cannot put an ounce of blame on him this game. Like he was so good, and you know what? Credit to him, right? Like I've dogged him so much, you gotta give credit where it's due, right? Like he looks like a different. I know it's one game, but he looks like a different goaltender this year. And I hope with Rockford he has a great season. And I don't know, maybe there's still something there. And I know Jimmy Waite's a great goaltending coach, and I think they've kept their faith in him for a reason. As bad as the season as he had last year, clearly they still see something in him. I'm not saying he's going to be one of our guys or anything. I think it's going to be one of Comesso, a guy on, but I don't know. Maybe he could be a guy somewhere else. I don't know. Like I think there's still a goalie there, and I think he showed that today. Yeah,
I thought the guys that played their first games of the season were pretty good. Wyatt Kaiser and
yeah.
Andre
Kaiser's
Thank
good. I like Kaiser. I think Allen should have been the lap today, like over Brody. I don't know. Brody did not deserve to play today after the absolute atrocious he was on Tuesday against Utah. I thought Allen was so composed. Like he deserved another game today. I think I would have had Allen and Kaiser together, kind of like a youth pair there. But yeah, that's me. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can talk about that more on Monday too, but
Mm.
just like how they're working this, and both Martinez and Brody playing these nights, and how long that continues, and if that continues for very long, right? I think
Yeah.
that's kind of the storyline. But Athanasiou too also played his first game. I thought he was buzzing.
He was great. I mean, the speed of Athanasiou, like in this lineup, it made a huge difference, man. Especially like in the forecheck, and he got some good chances. But as usual, he can't finish though. Athanasiou, it's like all Swedish, no finish. So he's like Lucas Reichel. So, but no, he had a good game today, and yeah, hope we keep him in the lineup tomorrow and get Reichel in there. I will keep saying that. I don't care how bad he was in the preseason. It's preseason. You got to let that guy play.
It was like the fourth line for me. It was like you have these two speedy guys in Donato and Athanasiou, and then you had just Pat Maroon lugging along. It was super funny.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? He was good today, though. I'll give him credit where it's due. Like he was good today.
Yeah, yeah, no, I thought so too.
Yeah.
Pat Maroon just has that like high hockey IQ that like, like he's like a nasty roller hockey player too. And
I heard
you
about
know,
that. I remember Patrick Kane choked on the playoffs one year. Like, you better get back home to those roller hockey championships. Oh, it's pretty funny.
right?
But it's pretty funny, man. That Patrick Kane was following Patrick Maroon's roller hockey career. I don't know. That's pretty interesting. But I think, yeah, he and Betsy got to get out there for some TDR. That'd be fun.
My lights just went off. I am in a car right now, so I'm gonna try and
Yeah,
open the
what's
car.
going on over there? What are you
Hold on,
doing over there?
hold
This is like a horror movie over there. You got like the flashlight go. Oh no, this is what's going on.
Yeah, well, I said today on the podcast, you might have left already, but I'm working security
Oh yeah, that's right. You mentioned that.
for a job, and I am currently sitting in the car right now.
Doing a great job of security over there. That's
Yeah, I
funny.
mean, well, you know what? I am watching. I'm supposed to be watching Scarecrows right now, and I am watching them.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. I mean, technically you're doing your
there's
job.
no
Yeah.
there's no keeping the light on in here. People will think I just like am doing this by design. Um, but no, this is not by design. Yeah, I don't know. I thought Athanasiou was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raven, do we have any questions from the
Oh
chat?
yeah, good question. Yeah, let's get the chat going here. That's what
We've
we
had a
said, right?
few. Tavo, the shot Tavo had in OT was a waste, such a throwaway.
Yeah, 100%.
What changes would you guys make for the power play? Is one that just came in.
Kurashev needs to be with Bedsy. That's the first, and the PP1. Those two got to be together. The cross-site seam passes. They worked their magic there last year. We saw it in the one game they played together in the preseason. Got to have those two together in the PP1. Like that's most obvious change I make to that, for sure.
I thought the power play was better today than it was the other day.
The second unit was. The first unit I thought
Yeah.
was kind of worse actually, but the second unit was better.
Yeah. What else we got? Anything, Raven?
Also, I'll throw Dickinson back in the power play. Like they got him the PK. I think their justification is they don't want to overload him. But like he's playing third line center minutes. I don't think having him on both the PK and power play. He did that last year. Why can't we do that again this year? I mean, after Bedard, I mean, he was our goal scoring. They actually were tied for goal scoring lead. Great at faceoffs, great shot. I mean, that guy can get you puck possession. Like, why isn't he like the second line power play center? Doesn't make sense.
He's not really a power play guy, though.
Yeah, I mean, he was last. I mean, I don't know, Blake. I'd rather have him than I don't know some of these other guys.
That team was so bad last year. That wasn't,
I don't know.
they almost asked you to go out on the power play.
Yeah, I mean, his speed I think would be effective actually in the power play. Yeah. Carrying the puck in the zone. Yeah. Oh.
Maybe we're talking about guys that just don't score goals though. Like
Dickinson had 22 goals last year.
Yeah, I know, but like somebody had to score them.
No, I would have him.
Somebody had to. I'm not that high on Jason Dickinson. I don't know. He's good. It's like putting David Camp on the power play.
Oh, I think that's the same situation.
Pretty close. It's pretty close. Anything else, Raymond?
Michael asks thoughts on Jones tonight.
Yeah,
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think towards the end of a few, it could have been a bit stronger, but I think before that he was all right. I still think Vlasic and Jones should be playing together. I don't understand splitting them up. I still don't understand it. I think that was one of the better, actually a pretty good pair last year. So I don't understand why we split them up. Same as I don't understand why we split up Bedard and Kirsch. I think those two should be together. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I don't know. That's the way I see it. But I think Jones's game would improve with Vlasic on this pair.
I would love to know what the miss net stats are for the Hawks. I just felt like as a team, Jones included, there was like one section of the second period where he got the puck like 3 times in the same shift and he fired it each time and he missed the net each time.
That's so Seth, man.
But it was it's a lot of the guys, like a lot of them like miss the net by
Yeah, I think we
Not
got
by
some
inches,
shooting
by
practice. Yeah, I mean, I think well, Bedard's the only guy who stays out after these practices for hours and shoots pucks. And I think we all got to do that because, yeah, I think the shooting rates for accuracy like wasn't very strong for us today. I don't know. It's like they're shooting at soccer nets out there. I don't know.
Jones is
Yeah,
all right though. Like he wasn't great.
yeah, he wasn't bad. He wasn't. He was just okay. I don't know. Yeah.
Anything else from the chat?
Yeah, we actually got two more. Thoughts on Hall, and do we think Vlasic is a good top pair option for the long term?
I think ideally you want Vlasic to be second pair, but I think he can be first pair. I think for the Hawks, like you want Korchinski, Levshinov to be your long-term top pair. I think Vlasic Jones at least till 2030 because that's Seth's contract. I think well Vlasic's contract too at this point. I think that's your second pair, right? So I think he can be top pair defenseman, but I don't think this Hawks necessarily want him to be. I'd probably prefer 2D to second pair because you want both Korchinski and Levshinov up there. As to the Hall question, I think he's had kind of a rusty start to the season, to be honest. I'd like to see more from him.
I thought he was buzzing tonight. I thought what? I thought he was buzzing tonight.
Yeah, but
All over it.
I mean, again, a lot of flashes, right? But I want to see results here. That's what I want.
Well, he's playing with Tyler Bertuzzi, who can't keep up with him. So
Like the Utah game, I thought he was looked pretty strong too, but again, nothing to show for it. But I think no, he'll get something going. Maybe put him up there, Bedsy. I mean, that's what they wanted to do last year. Give him a couple games of him, see if they can get him going.
yeah.
I don't know. That could be a good connection. I think the speed he has at Bedard, that could be fun to watch.
like the 15 games that Taylor Hall played with Jack Eichel, you know.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, if Richardson's a guy who likes to put his lines in a blender, like why not give him a shot up there? I don't know. Just see what it looks like.
I thought he was really good tonight. The
Yeah,
only
he
other
was.
thing I will say, the only other thing I have to say about the game tonight was, man, Rick Ball is so good.
Yes,
Like,
he is so much better than Chris Foster's, man. I can't believe the amount of Hawks fans who actually defend this guy. Foster's is not a hockey announcer. I mean, it is just absolutely atrocious listening to this guy. And Rick Ball, that is a professional, man. That is a hockey announcer. That is a hockey announcer. I love listening to him. Very old school, just to call as the game as it is. No extra fluff. I mean, that was great. Love listening to him. I think he and Ping have great chemistry.
Broadcast. I feel like I'm watching a Sportsnet broadcast. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
all Canada. Felt like a Jets home game. Like like he was like the Jets guy, but it was like no. He's the Hawks guy and he's crushing it.
Yeah, no, I'd love to have him. He and Pang have good chemistry together. We got a Holy jumping in the broadcast today too, so that was nice to see on Donato's goal. But yeah, no, I love those two. I think that's going to get more out of Pang too. I think you could see Pang was kind of awkward around Foster's. Like they didn't really have that dynamic. You could see it. So I think he and Ball. I think those two. I think he basically recommended him for the job, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, those two should work well together all season. Yeah.
All right. Anything else from Raven?
We got one more with, do you think Vlasic could be a good option up quarterback the top power play unit? To the power play unit.
I think he could quarterback the second pair. I don't know if I have him up in the first pair though.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I like the dog on Jones, I'd still have him on the top power. I mean, I just don't know who else you put there. I mean, on the Sox team, right? So I'd have him quarterback the second unit. I think that's good for him, get more of his offensive game, but not the first unit. No.
Agreed. All right. Anything else?
That'll do it.
All right. That'll do it for this game. Hawks lose, like I said, 2-1 to the Jets. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, please. Go also listen to Chicago Hockey Radio out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Chicago Hockey Radio on Instagram, Blackhawks memes on Instagram, BHawk memes on Instagram. Tassos Kirkos, your host. Lee Gross, you and Lee got the post game show tomorrow night.
All right. Hopefully a W, but it's the defending Stanley Cup finalist. It could be ugly, but I thought that tonight, and it was actually a game, so we'll see.
You never know, though. Yeah, they could make it a game. I said like 5-1 earlier, so I was way off. So yeah, should be fun. You boys have fun with it.
Let's do a quick prediction. What do you think happens tomorrow? What's your score prediction?
I'm gonna drink the Kool-Aid a little bit after tonight's impressive performance. I will say Hawks win 4-3.
I like your optimism. I'll say I can't bet against the Oilers, and I'll say Oilers win 5-3. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna pick the Hawks. I was gonna say we're just gonna pick them until they win one.
Oh, the good old reverse plan. Yeah.
Yeah. One of us is gonna be right one of these days. All right. Well,
I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, have fun with Lee tomorrow, and
I will.
yeah, I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah,
Should be fun.
have fun watching scarecrows over there. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. All right. Thanks everybody. Peace out.